Well, games 1 and 3, and even 4, I was in foul trouble, and I just, I guess I couldn't find my way out of the trouble, out of the way, and I just couldn't get myself on the stand on the floor. But when I stay on the floor, positive things happened, and that's all I needed to do. But I didn't do it well enough.
If you were injured, would you admit it?
I don't make excuses, so. Um, I wasn't injured. I was healthy. I played the game. I gave it my all.
Last night Pat mentioned something changed with his team around the All-Star break, or maybe just before that. He didn't know what, but translated into a lot of losing. Can you ever give any insight into that transition? You went from being a 34 and 17 win team, whatever it was, to a team that's finished 16 and 20.
Well, I think there's a few things that, there's a few things that happened, or you can say, but there was a lot of things that was internally that probably need to be fixed. But we still went out there and gave it our all, and we just lost rhythm. We lost each other. I guess not each other, but just the fact that we just wasn't on the same page, and it wasn't what it was when we started the season. And it happens like that, and we just couldn't find a way to get it back together.
I mean, can you elaborate on that?
I know. I mean, it's many things, but it's two, not things I could just say, oh, this was the reason. This is a lot of different things that could have been done to help us and for us to be better.
Do you think there was something in this team, as Paul Pierce alluded to before the playoffs?
I don't know. I think we had a good team and we won 49 games. But like I said, preseason, regular season, the playoffs is 3 different seasons, and they took their intensity level up to ×3, and we stayed kind of leveled off.
So obviously, usually when something like this happens, changes are going to be made. There's some expiring contracts on the team. What do you think this team might be missing or needs to go to the next level?
Well, it's not my job to say. That's for the guys upstairs to do. My job is to take responsibility and continue to get better. Go into the off season, with goals in mind and things I want to do to get better, and keep growing, keep being a leader, and keep understanding how to just take my team to the next level.
Kyle, what did you mean when you said guys weren't on the same page?
Not on the same page. As more of our communication on the defensive end wasn't as good as it should have been. We were all on the same page. We all knew we wanted to win, but on the floor we just didn't communicate well. And I think that's one thing I've said a long time ago. Our communication needs to be better.
Do you think a strong start to this season could have affected that? Just you guys won scoring, so the focus wasn't on defense.
I think we were just so more advanced than the other teams. I think we were ahead of the curve a little bit at the beginning of the season, and we were playing well. We were coming off a playoff high from last 2 years ago or whatever last season, and we kind of maintained that steam roll into the regular season, and I think we got to a point where we just the high was over.
You talked about playing playoff basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about your own expectations for this team? Let's say if you were to get to the playoffs next year in terms of.
Well, the expectation is to make the playoffs next year. That's the expectation, and to not be out of the first round, to not be sitting here on April 27th with you guys talking about next season. That's my expectation. My expectation is always to try to win a championship, and no matter what people might say, that's my goal always.
Does this team need somebody like a Paul Pierce to come in and help you get to the next level?
The way he played, yeah, he would have really helped us. But that's just the veteran leadership. He's 37 years or 30, whatever he is, and he's playing like that. That's pretty good. And I think like I said, it's not my job to say what we need and what we not don't need. But the way he played, I'm sure he can help any team right now the way he's playing.
I'm paraphrasing here, but you said at the beginning of the series that it took you a long time to forget about last year and that feeling at the end of Game 7. Does this feel worse right now, though, getting swept out?
The way we lost, yeah. That's just last year we left on a high, at least kind of a high, but this year was just disappointing. It just was just sucks, to be honest.
How do you use that getting into next year?
Well, for me, I just use it as a motivational tool to get better, and I know it's things that I need to be better at, and to make sure that none of this, my drop off, after All Star doesn't happen again. Dog, I use that all as tools and motivation and things to help me get better and further myself.
Kyle, Dwayne's obviously going to be in the spotlight as everybody is after Nolan War. What's your relationship, and would you be happy to play for him again next year?
I respect Case as a man. He's a hell of a guy, and at the end of the day, like I said, it's not my choice, not my decision. At the end of the day, yeah, if he's the coach, I'm a player. I've said that a couple years now. So at the end of the day, whoever the coach is, if he's the coach, then I'll be back playing for Coach Case.
Has he helped you evolve as a player in your tenure here?
I think he's given me a lot of freedom to grow. And I think he's helped me in this fact that he's let me, control the team to a certain extent and get more comfortable with doing those type of things.